Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. Do I have approval of the tentative agenda?
So moved. Second that.
All in favor? Motion carries. Amanda, can you please read the minutes of the last meeting and special meeting?
I shouldn't have put special meeting on there, because we just had a regular meeting.
Right.
Sorry. Amanda Meyer called the regular meeting of the Wright County Board of Supervisors to order at 9 AM. First present were Cruz, Bosch, Rasmussen, Lukes, and Ellis. Motion by Ellis and second by Rasmussen to approve the tentative agenda with tabling item 10 to review and act on health rates for fiscal year 2027 with until budget discussions. Motion carries. Motion by Ellis and second by Cruz to nominate Ashley Bosch for the Wright County Board of Supervisors for the year 2026. Motion carries. Motion by Clues and second by Ellis to nominate Rick Rasmussen as pro tem chairman for the Wright County Board of Supervisors for the year 2026. Motion carries. Minutes of the previous regular meeting of December 22nd, 2025 were read and approved. Approved claims for payment. Trisha Rosendahl, Fair Board Manager, met with the supervisors to give their annual update of the fair happenings this past year. The Fair Board continues to make improvements at the fairground, including continued electrical work, continued work on roadways, installing and replacing culverts, revamping the poultry barn, installing new landscaping pad on the west side of the commercial building, and adding shelving units in the office for better organization. The Fair Board is again asking for continued support. This will be considered during budget time. Motion by Clues and second by Lukes to set the date and time of the Wright County Board of Supervisors meeting for Mondays at 9 AM. Motion carries. Adam Clemens, Wright County Engineer, presented the 28E agreement with the city of Clarion for county road maintenance inside the corporate limits. Motion by Clues and second by Rasmussen to enter into a 28E agreement with the city of Clarion regarding county road maintenance inside the corporate limits of the city of Clarion. Motion carries. Clemens gave an update on the secondary roads department. Motion by Rasmussen and second by Ellis to adjourn the meeting. Motion carries.
Any additions or corrections? Being approved as read. Claims have been around. Open forum for public input.
We're gonna have Adam do this
Yeah.
right now.
If you want, I
on
can
the-
do a quick
Cause you have it on
update.
the agenda.
So, not a big deal. So a lot of the report is what we did with winter response. The guys, the blades went out 12:29, 5 AM call out day one. Day one, open the routes 10. Attempt two-way pass on all routes is what we do. Try to get it open two ways, so that you have, it's not just poking a hole in it anymore. 50% of the routes were open, saved a lot of time. With the blowing of the wind, obviously, not a lot of stuff got stuck. They still had to do a couple truck with pickups just to check on them because we were down a guy. So we made sure that we got some of those routes open. Day 2, 8 hours widening, winging shoulders, tempting grass to grass. And then day 3, 8 hours intersections, bridges, and trouble spots. So that's kind of our normal procedure for after for response and then after a storm. So you can, if you have any questions from the public, that's how we kind of tackle each one. Now, if we get another snow, day one, if we get another snow that night, day one starts over. It's not day 2 from that. It's day 1 goes again. So same thing, 12 trucks, weather response, 12:28, 3 hours. Tried to do as best we could, one round on that Sunday and then pulled. And then we went out at 5 AM the next morning. Didn't put down any because of the wind and the low temps. So it didn't really help. And then continuation from Sunday storm, applied sand and salt to start melting some of that off. One work order was completed, service for the sheriff, and then seismic testing. They're going to be starting to go again on January 19th. I don't know which road yet. I'll have to look at their calendar when they update that from the team's file that you all have access to anyway. So bulk order, nothing changed, and then we had a short week the prior week to go through them all day. So any questions?
They not done the seismic testing.
No, they're pretty close. I don't know how many routes they have left, but I would say probably 2 or 3 routes left.
So they redoing some or this?
I don't know. They're just adding to. I do believe so. My understanding, we did find one of their, keep your eyes peeled because we did find one of their seismic plugs out. So if you find them, get them to us, we'll get them back to them. So I don't know how much they cost each, but pretty sure with GPS and all the sensitivity in them, probably cost pretty
A
pretty
dime.
penny.
Yeah.
A dime, yeah, over a pretty penny, so,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else open forum? Set reimbursement mileage rate for 2026. Current
make a-
is 70 cents.
I make a motion to say the 70 cents.
Second.
All in favor?
I,
Aye.
Motion carries. Set drainage warrant interest. Currently, we are at 6%.
Peggy, is that the kind of the still same? Okay.
I'd make a motion to, set the drainage warrant interest rate at 6%.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Designate official Wright County employee holidays for 2026.
So I highlighted what the employee handbook has. You wanna look at that?
I think we have them.
What do you have it?
President's Day, Memorial.
I'm
Day.
just gonna show you what it looked like
Oh,
on the
okay.
calendar.
Gotcha.
Highlighted the calendar.
My eyes aren't that good. Or the highlight's not that dark.
Yeah, so. And then, so. The February one is it's kind of the supervisors get to do a floating holiday. We get to pick one. And you have your standard, and I think we usually pick February 19th is President's Day. 16th
Good.
is President's Day. Now, it doesn't have to be that. If we wanted to do, make them work on President's Day and then give them Christmas Eve off. We could do that. And it'd be
Christmas Eve
nice.
This year is on a Thursday, so that would be a good thing, I think.
It would give people an opportunity and they can plan ahead.
So they'd have to
This-
work all day Christmas Eve?
No.
No,
No,
you would have
They're
a
trying
stop
to get Christmas Eve
Instead of-
instead of President's Day.
Well, I say it every year when you try to do that, it's a long stretch from January to May without a holiday
It
for
is
the
indeed.
staff.
It is.
And you get quite a few vacation, or not vacation, you get quite a few holidays in November
Mhm.
and December.
But if you have staff that is, got a lot of days, vacation days, or built up days, they can use them at President's Day if they wanted to.
That using vacation day isn't the same as being closed. You come back and then you have to put all the stuff on your desk, but you weren't there to do, so. Just my thoughts, and just this year too, or last year for having so many days off, for Christmas. I mean, my office was crazy. I mean, crazy on Tuesday and Wednesday. We have off-road vehicle renewals that are due by the end of the year. A lot of people wait till the last minute. I heard a lot of yipping about, I had that e-submission in there on 23rd and it still isn't pulled in and, yeah. I was
So
gonna
you're
wait till-
recommending not having
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve off?
No, I'm not recommending not having Christmas Eve, but we had 4 days off in a row. I mean, the snow day, you couldn't do anything about that,
Right.
but, the 3 days, this is just my opinion, the 3 days for Christmas was. a little much.
Well, this year you only get 2.
Right.
The thing is I don't wanna do it like we did this year where it was all of a sudden last minute. I want employees to be able to plan ahead and say, all right, I wanna go see family, so now we get Christmas Eve off, we can travel, boom, go.
But last year, you got President's Day and 3 days for Christmas,
Right,
right?
right.
Okay, so why can't we do President's Day and Christmas Eve Day for the staff? As a
Cause
holiday,
that's an extra day. I'm following the employee handbook.
but, so, then you still had an extra day last year, because you gave. them
Yeah, we
extra
did. That was a gift.
day.
So anyway, my recommendation would be, work President's Day. And then do Christmas Eve, move it to Christmas Eve.
It is the June 4th. you've got on.
Did I mark?
Is that supposed to be July for?
Yeah, probably
Okay.
got off a month.
Okay.
Yeah, they get two good amounts.
I would second that, Betty,
And that was, say it one more time.
to have
They
no
won't-
President's Day and have Christmas Eve day closed.
So President's Day comes off
you work,
and Christmas Eve.
goes on.
I understand that.
So is that your extra floating holiday then is Christmas Eve?
Yes, yep. And no President's Day.
So would you consider tabling this, and asking the department heads what they prefer, so they do it more to what the people would like? Amanda, what would you prefer?
Yeah, I'm short, because yes, that is a huge stretch for people, but. I also wouldn't mind Christmas Eve, because we have Christmas all day on Christmas Eve, so. I know my staff would like Christmas Eve probably, but that is a huge stretch, they would have to use their vacation.
Mhm,
Which is what vacation's for.
correct.
And it's only one day during February.
Well, it ties into a weekend, so it's always it's a
A
3-day weekend.
Well, when I brought up about having a personal day or a free day, and foregoing raises, then it was, well, I've got already employees that are bumping on too many vacation days or,
Mhm.
so they can use it on President's Day if they like,
You're probably limited to how many employees can be gone.
right? It'll take some management.
I'll call the question.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any
You
opposed?
second it?
No,
Rick?
I
Rick
seconded
did.
it.
Okay, motion carries.
I called for the vote.
So to clarify, we're not doing President's Day or doing Christmas Eve.
That's correct. The Wright County holidays for 2026 will begin with Memorial Day, May 25th. The 4th of July, observed, which is Friday, the 3rd of July. Labor Day, which is Monday, the 7th of September. Veterans Day, which is November 11th, which is a Wednesday. Thanksgiving Day, which is a Thursday, November 26th. Day after Thanksgiving, Friday, November 27th. Christmas Eve on December 24th. Christmas Day on December 25th. And New Year's Day on January 1st of 2027.
All right. Authorize petty cash funds for various offices.
I haven't heard any need to change those.
I'll make a motion to authorize the county auditor $20, county engineer $50, public health nurses $55, county sheriff $200, and the county treasurer $50 for the petty cash funds in their offices.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Appoint an eminent domain compensation commission for 2026. Were you able to get a hold of Amanda?
She called after the meeting had started, so I texted her what my desire was for her to take Sherry O'Brien's spot. She works at First State Bank where Sherry worked. And is a personal banker, so she fits the qualifications for that. Her reply was, can I think about it and let you know later this week? So
Okay.
that's as good as it gets right now. So that was the only person that we are aware of that we needed to change. And the only reason that we were taking Sherry O'Brien off was because she was locating to a different town, so outside the county.
Do we need to table this then?
Yes, for also reason.
You did?
Does he still live?
He still lives in Wright County, that's correct.
Yeah.
I don't know if he does property appraisals. Or if he's a property manager. Which you're saying he retired from banking,
Yes.
Correct.
okay.
It's all on that. You have the list.
We do.
Yeah, no problem.
The owners of operators of ag property is Stan Watney, Dean Klutz, Larry Pauls, Kent Kirstein, Burl Tate, Bob Dimerly, and Troy Watney. Owners of city or town property is Shannon Walker, Mitch Cluse, Bud Young, Colleen Bartlett, Larry Platt, Earl Cockworth, Sandy McGrath, and Darren Baker. Licensed real estate salesman or real estate brokers is Bob Powers, Rod Brooks, Carol Hop, Austin Charlson, Kevin Reed, Todd Buseman, and Todd Swalling, excuse me. Bankers, auctioneers, property managers, property appraisers, and persons responsible for making loans on property is Mark Scogerbo, Mike Ryerson, Aaron Wagner, Tate Goman, Gene Ryerson, and then the one that we will wait for later this week to hear is Amanda Rosenkilty, and then we'll have to find a replacement for Kent Rutherford.
I don't know, did we ever ask Gene Rosenbaum? He's from First Citizens.
Not to my knowledge,
I can get a.
because we have Mark Scogerbo,
Oh,
so,
yeah,
but you can have more than one person from the
yeah.
same bank.
And there's, there's First State Bank in Belmont too.
Okay?
Brad Robson.
Yeah.
Or Brad,
Yeah.
You table this until you hear back, or you can continue with empty spots.
I think continue with empty spot,
I would agree,
Like-
and we work on
And-
filling
and
those
those
positions.
two positions.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then, cause I think, the sheriff needs to have the list so that he
Agreed.
can file it, right? Jason, you need to have the list so that you can file it.
So I would make a motion to approve the eminent domain commission as listed, recognizing that we have two positions to fill for the bankers, auctioneers, property managers, property appraisers, and persons responsible for making loans on property.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Accept the account of cash held by the Wright County Treasurer at the close of business December 30th.
We were not required to do that any longer.
And I could have talked to Peggy, so that was my bad, so.
Make the following appointments for 2026 courthouse, county farm, drainage, township assignments.
Okay. So the first list that you have there is, who represents Wright County on what boards? And, there are, three positions there that were previously filled by Darrell Stephen Carlisle that Aaron Budwig has, volunteered
So
to.
your first one though, sorry to interrupt you, is just your courthouse down to the department heads. And then your B section will be that you're talking about. So I don't know if you guys wanna do. Well, I think you have to do separate motions for all these in,
All these
So
A through J.
yeah.
So the courthouse and jail is the board as a whole, county farm is the board as a whole, roads and drainage, the board as a whole. Union negotiations, the board as a whole, and department heads as chairman.
So that would be for A. And then B would be the rest of it.
Okay, so B is where I step in here or not?
And yeah, you can do
Courthouse,
a
county
motion for
farm.
both of those together. Yeah, B would be appoint supervisors to the various committees.
Okay, I would make a motion to approve, item 11A, courthouse, county farm, drainage township assignment.
Have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
I,
Aye.
Aye.
Appoint supervisors to various boards and committees. So this is where Aaron will go to,
Yeah, he will become a representative for Mid-Iowa Growth Partnership, Midas, and also the Heart of Iowa Regional Trust Fund. Heart of Iowa Regional Housing Trust Fund, excuse me. Appointing, Aaron Budwig, for those three positions. Otherwise, the list remains as, posted.
You'll have to send that over to Stacy Lynch.
And that is my motion.
I'll second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
there was, one that Sandy McGrath was to be on.
She's right
Oh,
on.
right there, I see it. Okay, and then Rick, did you get on the Humboldt County? Is that on here? Humboldt County.
I'm on that, but it's not, I don't think
Sanity.
it's, no, that's something new from last year, isn't it?
It's part of our
28E agreement,
2080
Yeah.
agreement.
But that's a committee that he's,
Yeah,
which is covered under the 28E
Yeah,
agreement.
it's not under here.
it's part of the 2080 agreement.
Yep,
I had it kind of added just so that we remember that if it ever changes, we need to appoint somebody to that 28E, but that's. As long as we,
Yeah, I know I'm on it,
all right,
Andy's
Sounds
on it
good.
with me.
And we met a couple months ago.
Yes, month and a half.
Yeah.
Okay, next item, drainage attorney, our current drainage attorney is Eric Eady.
I would make a motion that, Eric Eady remain as the Wright County Drainage Attorney.
I second that.
All in favor? Make appointments to township trustees.
So none of the trustees have to be appointed this year besides, you do need to fill Wall Lake Township still.
Well, like Township and Iowa Township, I was, notified by, Amy
Rolling.
Crowling from, Rowan, who is the clerk for Iowa Township, that, that Butch Aldrich had, submitted his letter of resignation, to the Board of Trustees, and that Kelly Lease had been appointed by the, Board of Trustees, to take his position.
Perfect.
And I've got several phone calls and messages in to, fill the spot for Wall Lake Township.
And then also, I'd like to, while we're talking about township trustees and clerks, put it on the ballot for this fall to have the Iowa Township, Wall Lake Township, and Woolstock Township trustees and clerks be appointed rather than elected. And so that'll have to go, that would be a ballot question in November, and then all of our townships will be appointed positions.
So, I spoke with Deb this morning, and she is writing up a resolution, to do exactly what you're talking about. That resolution, once it's passed by the Board of Supervisors, Iowa Township, Wall Lake Township, and Woolstock Township will have to vote to actually move those from elected positions to, appointed positions, but she intends to do that at the next election.
Awesome.
Did I have a motion for accepting the drainage trustees? Or, excuse me,
Township
the township trustees?
Make a motion to appoint the list presented to us to go by appointment. And acknowledging that Kelly Least has replaced Butch Aldrich.
I'll say,
All in favor?
aye.
Official newspapers, Wright County Monitor, Eagle Grove Eagle, and Belmont Independent.
They received from Belmont, I have not received anything from the county monitor or the Eagle Grove Eagle, so.
I would make a motion to set the, official newspapers for Wright County as the Wright County Monitor, the Eagle Grove Eagle, and the Belmont Independent.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Medical examiners and investigators.
Currently, medical examiner John Aronson and deputy examiners Andrea McLaughlin and Dustin Smith. And medical investigators Tiffany Tolliver, Andrew Nelson, John Nissen, Katie Schlichting, Savannah Schnitzer, Nara Honenstein.
Howenstein,
Say it again.
Howenstein,
Howenstein, thank you. Amy Erickson Keller. And I would make a motion to, continue with those as medical examiners, deputy examiners, and medical investigators.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Appoint member to Board of Adjustment for expired term.
Jeremy said that Shay will do it again, so,
Okay.
and that will be for a 5-year term.
So currently, the Board of Adjustment consists of Jay Hanson, Dave Nelson, Deb Vance, Elizabeth Severson, and Aaron Wagner. And we are needing to reappoint Jay Hanson for a 5-year term expiring December 31st of 2030. And I would make that motion.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Appoint member to the Wright County Economic Development Commission Board, 3-year term.
So, this list needs a small massaging. Currently, the list states Todd Foss, Margaret Warden, Brad Robson, Gabe Fiskus, and Mike Ryerson. Todd Foss was replaced by Kate Garner. She replaced, Todd with, Prairie Energy Cooperative. And so I would make a motion to appoint the Economic Development Board as Kate Gardner, Margaret Warden, Brad Robinson, Gabe Fiskus, and Mike Ryerson.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Appoint members to the Wright County Charitable Foundation for 2-year terms.
This is a brand new list.
Okay, so Wright County Charitable Foundation, we had a presentation last month from Lynette Grooms, who is the current chairperson of that. The other members, composing, that board is, Candace Jones, which she needs to be reappointed for a 3-year term, which would expire December 31st of 2028. Kevin Callahan, excuse me, Adam Vorey, Alan Matson, Don Barkema, Greg Chapoul, Sandra McGrath, Pat Bars, and Kevin Kakacek. And I would make a motion that, those names be presented for the Wright County Charitable Foundation.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Appoint member to Board of Health for 3-year terms.
Okay, currently you have serving Andrew Wagner, Angela Wharton, Susan Tofty, Ashley Bosch, and Dr. Michael McLaughlin. We need to reappoint, Angela Wharton, for a 3-year term expiring December 31st of 2028, and Ashley Bosch, 3-year term to expire December 31st of 2028 also.
I'll make a motion, of the list for Wright County Health Department Board of Health.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, let's carry item 11. Item 12, authorize the following resolutions. Resolution 2026-01, attendance of meetings.
I would make a motion to approve resolution 2026-01, a resolution authorizing attendance, at meetings. Hereby resolved by the Board of Supervisors of Wright County, Iowa, that pursuant to provisions of section 331.506, subparagraph 3 of the Iowa Code, the auditor is hereby authorized to make the following payment without prior approval by the board for fixed charges, including but not limited to,
That's the wrong one.
You skipped one.
whoops.
We're on 01, attendance
All
of
the
meetings.
time.
Oh, excuse me. Hereby resolved by the Wright County Board of Supervisors that they authorize elected and appointed officials of Wright County to attend all meetings approved by the Executive Committee of the Iowa State Association of Counties. Be it further resolved that clerks in the various offices shall be authorized to attend meetings when approved by their governing officer.
Second.
I'll second.
Roll call vote, Betty,
Aye.
Lynn,
Aye.
Rick,
Aye.
Dean,
Aye.
Bosch votes aye. Motion carries. Resolution 2026-02, payment of claims prior to a board meeting.
Motion to approve resolution 2026-02, a resolution, hereby, resolved by the Board of Supervisors of Wright County, Iowa, pursuant to provisions of section 331.506, subparagraph 3 of the Code of Iowa, the auditor is hereby authorized to make the following payments without prior approval by the board for fixed charges, including but not limited to freight, express, postage, water, light, telephone, services, or contractual services after a bill is filed with the auditor. For salaries and payrolls, if the compensation has been fixed or approved by the board, the salary or payroll shall be certified by the officer or supervisor under whose direction or supervision the compensation is earned.
I'll second that.
Roll call vote, Betty,
Aye.
Lynn,
Aye.
Rick,
Aye.
Dean,
Uh,
Bosch votes aye. Okay, resolution 2026-03, treasurer naming depositories.
and you've seen these,
I did this, yeah.
okay. So, motion to approve resolution 2026-03, resolution naming depositors. First Citizens Bank of Mason City in the Clarion office, $15 million. First State Bank Webster City in the Clarion, location, Clarion office, $3 million. First Bank Eagle Grove in the Clarion office, $3 million. First State Bank in Belmont, $1.5 million. United Bank and Trust Sheffield in the Dow's office, $100,000. Greenbelt Bank and Trust in Belmont, $3.5 million. Iowa Public Agency Investment Trust located in West Des Moines, $15 million.
I'll second that.
Roll call vote, Dean,
Aye.
Rick,
Aye.
Lynn,
Aye.
Betty,
Aye.
aye. Resolution 2026-04, construction evaluation master matrix.
So this allows us to, have input into, someone building a payphone. Or allows us to participate in the, master matrix. If we don't pass this resolution, we have no say in it. The resolution, I make a motion to approve resolution 2026-04, construction evaluation resolution.
Second.
Roll call vote, Dean,
Aye.
Rick,
Aye.
Lynn, Betty.
Aye.
And I vote aye.
In the resolution on our packet is 2025, so we have to update the one in our packet, it says 2025-04.
That's me. Mine says 2026.
Mine says 2026.
Yeah, on,
You
in our
sent out a
supervisor's packet. It says,
second email, didn't we? Cause you had 25 on a couple of them.
Mine also say 2026.
Oh, I do have what you have also. I have both.
Wow.
Aren't I special? I think I'll throw these away.
okay, resolution 2026-05, sheriff naming depositories.
Make a motion to approve resolution 2026-05, resolution naming depositories for the Wright County Sheriff. Depositories, First Citizens Bank, Mason City, with the Clarion office, $150,000.
I'll second.
Roll call vote, Betty,
Aye.
Lynn,
Aye.
Rick,
Aye.
Dean.
Aye.
Aye. Resolution 2026 06, recorder naming depositories.
Motion to approve resolution 2026 06, naming depositories for the Wright County Recorder. Depository First Citizens Bank, Mason City, in the Clarion office, $100,000.
Second.
By roll call vote, Dean,
Aye.
Rick,
Aye.
Lynn,
Aye.
Betty,
Aye.
aye.
That one also had the 2025 on it.
Resolution 2026 07, noxious weed control.
I would make a motion to approve resolution 2026 07, weed control resolution. I'll read this one. That each owner and each person in possession or control of any land shall cut, burn, or otherwise destroy all noxious weeds hereon as defined in this chapter at such time in each year and in such manner as shall prevent said weeds from blooming, bearing seeds, and coming to maturity, and shall keep said lands free from such growth of any other weeds as shall render the streets or highways adjoining said land unsafe for public travel. Noxious weeds shall be cut, burned, and otherwise destroyed on or before the following dates, and as often thereafter as necessary to prevent seed production. Group 1 is July 1st, leafy spurge, marijuana plants, perennial peppergrass, buckthorn, sourdock, smooth dock, perennial, and sheet sorrel, perennial. Group 2, July 1st, Canadian thistle, Russian knapweed, buckthorn, perennial, and wild mustard, an annual. Group 3, July 15th, for poison hemlock and multifloral rose. Group 4, July 15th, for horse nettle, perennial sow thistle, quackgrass, buttonweed, cockleburr, bull thistle, teasel biennial, puncture vine annual, shattercane annual, and all other species of thistles belonging in genera of Chrysium and Cardus. That each owner and each person in the possession or control of land in Wright County, including incorporated cities and unincorporated areas within infested with any noxious weeds listed above, shall adopt a program of weed destruction described by the weed commissioner. Wright County shall develop and implement an integrated roadside vegetation management program for the right of ways within Wright County to control noxious weeds and promote a stable ecosystem of the herbaceous cover for the benefit of Navy, floral, and fauna within the county. That if the owners or persons in possession or control of any land in Wright County fail to comply with the foregoing orders, the weed commissioner, which we have appointed, the conservation director as our weed commissioner, shall cause this to be done, and the expense of said work, including costs of serving notice and other costs, if any, to be assessed against the real estate. Wright County has reduced the annual spot spraying program of noxious weeds and other types of weeds growing in Wright County secondary road ditches. It will be the responsibility of each adjacent landowner whose property adjoins the county road right of way to notify secondary roads department of any noxious weed problem as they arise or deem worthy of inspection and control.
Second.
By roll call vote, Betty,
Aye.
Lynn, Rick,
Aye.
Dean,
Aye.
aye. Motion carries.
Anything else?
Anything else before the Board of Supervisors?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Be in a 5-minute recess to reconvene as drainage trustees.
So moved.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Cool.
Approve minutes of the last meeting, please.
The last meeting for drainage was on December 22nd, 2025. The Wright County Board of Supervisors met in regular session as trustees of the drainage districts with the following members present: Rasmussen, Cluse, Bosch, Lukes, and Ellis. Also present were Amanda Meyer, auditor, and Courtney Morris, drainage administrator. Other interested parties were Roy Aaron's and Jean Aaron's, and via Zoom, Robert Watts. Chairman Rasmussen called the meeting to order at 9:50 a.m. Motion by Cluse and seconded by Bosch to approve the tentative agenda with the removal of item number 8. Motion carried. Minutes of the previous meeting on December 15, 2025 were read and approved. Motion by Bosch and seconded by Cluse to approve drainage plans for payment. Motion carried. There were no work orders needing approval. There were no drainage invoices needing approval. Discussion was held on JDD 111-3 lateral 5. Cluse stated that he had reviewed the Iowa code on drainage law in anticipation of the meeting and reread the part about reclassification. Iowa code 468.412, assessment for lateral ditches, reclassification of benefited lands, was read aloud. Morris explained that in speaking with the drainage attorney, he did not feel that the responsibility to pay for the entire district to be reclassified would be on the petitioners. Franklin County would need to be brought back into the discussion if a reclassification was going to be done, as only one lateral cannot be reclassified. The entire district would need to be reclassified since they are not already broke out. Morris further shared that the drainage attorney stated he does not know what benefit the district would receive out of continuing with doing an engineer's report. The only option that he could potentially see is possibly doing a mutual agreement. He also stated that he does not see any benefit to the district on bringing this tile in. Motion by Ellis and seconded by Cluse to not take action on appointing an engineer, no classification be done, and the petition be denied. Morris be directed to write a letter to the petitioners to inform them of the meeting's discussion and return their bond checks. Motion carried. Motion by Bosch and seconded by Ellis to adjourn the meeting. Motion carried.
Any additions or corrections? Approved as read. Drainage claims, we had none, correct? Open forum for public input regarding drainage districts. Review and act on drainage work orders.
We have one work order, which is for Lynn for drainage districts 159-8 lateral 1 in section 36 of Iowa Township. This was reported by Dallas Mullenbrook. He has no preference on contractor, and he has reported it as a possible plug tile through the trees, restricting drainage from field on the north. And this land is conservation, second Wright County land.
Okay. You have discussion?
Yeah, are you gonna have somebody come in then and dig on the side and see if we do have the roots plugging the tile first?
If you guys approve it to have it to go out to a contractor, then it would be sending it out to a contractor to have them dig down. And if you want them just to dig down and just look, if you want them to dig down and televise, however you want to handle that.
I think it's gonna be pretty obvious, they dig down through that tile, they should be able to see it.
Okay.
If we do find an issue, we'll get remove trees for a certain width. We'll get it put
It
in.
depends on what size is the tile.
Yeah. Looks like maybe an 8-inch.
It's
It's also the very beginning of it.
Yeah, typically you would replace it with, run a tile parallel to it, through the trees, but you would do something that,
Perforated tile.
yeah, non-perforated tile, hopefully, so that you wouldn't get root growth back into it. That's what we've done in other instances at least.
Leave the current tile there or remove it and replace it.
I would recommend removing it and replacing it with non-perforated.
I would agree, that'd be the best way.
Yeah,
And I would also suggest going probably 10 or 20 feet either side of the fence line. And replacing it with non-perf.
I would agree. Cause the tree roots will do that.
So do I need to make a motion?
No,
No,
Just need to sign the thing and.
Just sign on it and write any additional notes that you need to on there. You just want them, if you don't want them to televise and you only want them to dig down and take a look. And if it is plugged, then remove the tile and replace with non-perforated 20 whatever feet or however you wanna do it, to the north and to the
Depending
south.
on the size of the trees,
Well,
whatever
it's
the
up to
drip
the-
line. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, the landowner may not, depending on where his laterals hook into it, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can say 20, that would be my suggestion, but what he wants is two different things, because that side of the fence is private tile.
Yeah,
But
they
you
would
got
only be able to go from the very end of the tile, so if it only goes 5 feet past the fence line, that's all the farther they would go. For the district.
But the landowner himself may want it extended, which he'd be
Right.
responsible.
Right.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
review and sign any open drainage invoices.
We have 4 invoices. The first one is for Master, our drainage attorney. This is for $422.50. And this is for DD 45, the big 4. This is for his work with reviewing the 28E agreement that the counties have been going back and forth about. The second one is for Master as well. This is for DD 36. And this has been for his work, looking into the railroad issue and those work orders. The third one is for Agravita PLC for $4,100 for their work on DD 169.
That's the proposed new or extension of the main open ditch, I believe. Is that right?
Yes,
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
okay.
yeah, this is one of our petitions.
Yeah, have we got any plans or anything
Not
from them yet? Okay.
No, they were gonna wait until after the first of the year because they were finishing up some other ones for Humboldt County.
Okay.
And then our last one is for Jacobson Westergaard Associates. This is for Joint Drainage District 162-7. This is the one that was requested to put in a new main or run one parallel to the current main that is there. We did not receive this invoice for in November. It, for whatever reason, didn't get to us in email, so we paid the December one, and so they sent us this one for November, so.
Okay. I would make a motion to approve.
No motion needed.
What's that?
No motion needed.
Thank you.
Anything else before the drainage trustees?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Courtney.
Richard?
Thanks, Courtney.